All right, I want to tell you a little story. It's not some grand epic about changing the entire world, but it is about changing a single moment forever. It's got a rock band, a string of Christmas lights, and, a pretty powerful lesson about what it really means to be unforgettable.
I mean, think about it for a second. What makes a night stick in your memory? Like, for good? Is it when everything goes perfectly? Or is it when something happens that's completely, totally unexpected? Something that just breaks the script? Yeah, that's exactly where we're headed.
So let's set the scene. You gotta picture this. We're going back in time, late 1980s. The place is this club in Washington, D.C. called Club Heaven. It's one of those legendary rock spots where the air is just thick with sweat and electricity, and you just know anything can happen. And the band on stage tonight? A group called unWorld.
Okay, so the band is literally minutes away from walking on stage. The energy's high, the crowd's waiting, but backstage, a little bit of panic is starting to set in. One of the bandmates, a guy named Flash, is clearly stressed, and he runs over to find his bandmate Stu.
And Flash, with just pure panic in his voice, he goes, "Hey man, do you know Pete's wearing Christmas lights on stage tonight?" You could just imagine what he's thinking, right? "Oh my God, we're gonna look like fools. This is a total disaster."
Now this is the moment. This is the pivot point where the whole story turns. Because while Flash sees a huge problem, maybe even a career-ending fashion choice, Stu's mind, well, it goes somewhere completely different. His reaction is what makes this whole thing a lesson. Instead of panicking about how they'll look or if it's safe, Stu's very first question is just perfect. He asks, well, is he wearing pants? It's so brilliant. It's funny, but it's also kind of practical, and it just completely cuts through all that anxiety. He's not worried. He's curious. He's amused.
Okay, so crisis averted on one front. Pants are confirmed. That's good news. But Flash immediately doubles down on the panic. He makes it clear that Pete isn't just wearing the lights. Oh no, he's about to plug them into a live wall socket. So this just went from a weird fashion statement to some kind of live wire performance art.
And this is the whole thing. Right here, this is the fork in the road for any unexpected moment. For Flash, this is a problem. It's something to be fixed. It's pure worry. But for Stu, the exact same situation is just interesting. One guy's total panic is another guy's entertainment.
But it doesn't just stop at amusement for Stu. His reaction actually evolves into something deeper. He's not just getting a kick out of it anymore. This is the moment a funny story starts to become a legend.
This is his final judgment. It's not worry. It's not just amusement. It's complete and total awe. He just says, that's freaking awesome. That takes guts. Right then and there, he doesn't see a liability. He sees pure courage. He sees someone being brave enough to do something completely different.
And that, my friends, that is showmanship. It's the art of creating a moment that the audience is going to remember long after the last chord fades out. It's knowing that sometimes the thing people will talk about for years isn't a note you played on a guitar at all.
So why are we still talking about this little story from a club back in the 80s? Because that one single moment, Pete's crazy idea, and Stu's incredible reaction, it created a memory that just kept paying dividends. I love that idea, a memory that pays dividends. This wasn't just a funny story they told the next morning. For decades, it became their touchstone. It was a reminder for them about what it means to be brave, what friendship looks like, and what it actually takes to build that legendary vibe.
So what's the big takeaway for us? Well, I think it boils down to three things. First, you got to learn to embrace the unexpected. When something weird happens, try to see it as an opportunity, not a problem. Second, reframe that worry. When you see someone doing something bold, don't just focus on the risk. See the courage it takes to be different. And finally, go out and create your own legends. Because people don't remember perfect. They remember the person who had the guts to wear the Christmas lights.
And that's really the secret, isn't it? Legends aren't usually born from some big, grand strategic plan. They're built out of these little, spontaneous choices. The choice to put on the lights, and the choice to see it as awesome. That's what turns one night into a story that lasts a lifetime. So I'll just leave you with this question. You don't have to go plug yourself into a wall, okay? But in your own life, in your work, in your art, what's that small act of courage you can choose? What's going to be your string of Christmas lights?